because of this COVID, in China.
China. You have to say it correct.
China. So because of students being quarantined there in Wuhan and other areas,
Wuhan.
they have figured out that if you give enough like 1-star or negative reviews on this one Alibaba app, which is where they're getting their homework from, then eventually, hopefully, they will boot that app out of the store, and so they can't do homework. So all these school children...
Wait, they're getting fake homework from Alibaba?
Not fake. So a lot of schools
What is this?
have joined this Alibaba app.
Yeah.
And so that's how schools are giving homework and doing classes, like online classes with their kid, like the classmates.
Yeah.
So these kids, they ended up deciding like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? Like, we're all quarantined. We can't even get a break. We could possibly be dying, but we still have to do homework. What if we get this app kicked off the app store? So then we won't have to do homework anymore. So they all band together, and in one day, that store went from like a 4.9 out of 5 stars to 1.4 stars.
The smart kids.
Awesome.
Dude, if my kids did that, I would give them some motherfucking homework to do.
That's true.
They better hope they got the homework app still working.
They're genius, though. That's pretty smart.
It's really smart.
So
Fuck them kids.
Wait, but didn't they do something smart?
no,
Can't you
now-
respect it, even though fuck those kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, except if you like are the creator of Alibaba, you're like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Jack Ma, I think, can respect it.
Well, this app is called Ding Talk.
Now Tahir's kids don't have homework to keep them occupied, so they're bugging him.
Right.
So you think that's nice? You think that's real?
No, don't send them to my place.
No,
I'm just saying I can respect what they did.
Nah,
Yeah.
respect condoms.
It's cunning. It was cunning.
Respect condoms, all right? That's what I respect. Fuck these kids. Punk ass
But yeah,
kids.
so then there were like tens of thousands of reviews flooded in, and like I said, overnight the rating plummeted. Excuse me. And then so they're just saying like, dude, what the fuck? So the app called Ding Talk, they were also saying like, please don't kill us. We're only 5 years old ourselves. Like we're also a child.
That's
We are
funny.
babies.
Those are people who have jobs, man. These punk ass kids are trying to ruin
I
it.
didn't think about it. They're ruining.
They didn't want to do homework. It's like, yo, if you were in school, you would still be doing the homework.
What an adult way to look at this.
American kids aren't getting homework, are they?
Yes.
Today's the
Absolutely.
first day. So for Isaac's school, I got an email or a phone call too last week saying that, okay, starting Thursday, which is today, that we have to log onto our emails because Isaac has a Google Classroom program. And luckily we have like a Chromebook at home, so he can use that to log on. And yeah, today is when the teacher is giving instructions on, they're calling it distant learning. So he's gonna be doing that up until he goes back to school, and then they're saying like, there was a press conference where the California governor said that don't expect students to go back to school before summer break. So a lot of kids aren't even getting the chance to graduate.
Yeah, my cousin was supposed to graduate, and he's super bummed because they might not be able to like walk and like get the diploma.
Yeah, but think
high
about the kids who
school.
can't graduate because they didn't make the grade. They're like, yes!
Another chance.
Or like prom and like all those like things that everyone usually.
The senior stuff that you normally get to do.
Yeah.
I heard this one
I didn't go to
company,
prom myself, but
because of the prom thing, they were like doing a raffle for kids all over LA County and LA proper, and they're going to hold the prom for them, and they're going to literally get everybody hazmat suits, so they will be protected.
Are you serious? You're not
Nope.
serious.
Nope, I'm not at all.
I believed you up
know
until
what?
I saw your little like lip curl up, and I'm like, that's the Tahir lie.
You know what?
The picture is getting funnier and funnier in his brain.
I like it. But you don't, there's already a service for this. It's called Space Camp. Just send everyone to Space Camp.
They don't give you suits.
Dude,
They don't give you suits.
What kind of bullshit is that? Space Camp sucks.
It's like up in a tree, like they have ropes and like you walk a catwalk up in a tree.
What? I thought they got you on a fucking...
You do this gyro thing.
Yeah.
that's the only thing I want to do. That
That-
was fun.
I did space camp and aviation camp, like an aviation camp.
What's
they
the
had
difference?
Well, they would like right next to it.
Space and aviation is still Earth.
Yeah, so they did this simulation of you're in a helicopter crashing into a pool of water. So like there's just like this fuselage that you're in, and it dunked you in this pool. You have to like get out of the seatbelt in enough time. And there's an instructor with you, but like I was in high school. No, I was in middle school when this happened, and I was like, my mom okayed this.
Wow.
I don't think she knew.
That's aviation camp?
That was aviation camp, yeah.
Is you crashing?
Yeah, you got to be okay because we also did
What
like
shit is this?
they did like the 3G test. Like you can go up to like 4Gs and stuff. Like they put you in the simulator.
The one that go like this?
It spins around. You feel the pressure. Like you literally feel yourself going into there, and people black out and everything. Like it was crazy.
Eyeballs get sucked to the back of your head.
Yeah. This one kid came out with no eyeballs.
Shut the fuck up.
Nah, like he opened his mouth and they were like right there, like on Beetlejuice. It was crazy as fuck, man. It was a crazy time.
You had to swallow it to get it back up.
Beetlejuice.
He had to like take him and then throw him in the back. They was like, bloop, and it came back in his
It
eye.
sounds like all these camps are just set up to terrify kids into not wanting to do this shit.
Yeah, that's
Or
that's
it's
what we
really
need.
fun.
As a kid, you don't think about like the same. I didn't think about like until just right now, like how dangerous that helicopter situation could have been.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, like the doors were open, like on a real helicopter. But it's like, dude, like what if like the buckle would have something would happen and now I'm stuck underneath water.
Was
in
the
this thing.
instructor inside?
Yeah, he was.
with you?
He was inside.
Oh, then you're fine.
And they had people there in pool too, like just in case of an emergency.
The
but,
point
like,
is to put you through the hardship so that when it actually happens, you're like, oh, cool, comfort zone.
Sure.
it's like catching the STD when you're younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So when you
true.
get it again, your pee hole burns.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's not that bad.
Oh yeah.
my
I've
God.
did this before.
I did this with an instructor next to me.
All space camp was trying to flirt with the guy you had a crush on because we're like all away from home and they were staying in like different rooms.
You went?
like, yeah.
Childhood of my dream.
I know I didn't go to no space camp. I saw it on commercial.
Fall in love with the space camp instructor?
No, I wanted to go to space camp, period, as a child. I wanted to go to camps. Like, it always seemed like so fun. And I did end up going to one, but then later on I realized that was like, that camp was specifically for underprivileged children.
Oh.
Where I was like, oh shit.
I went to pork camp.
Yeah, I went to pork camp.
You went to discount space camp?
Yeah, it wasn't space
It's like
camp.
a box rocket ship. You're like,
It was not space camp.
It was only a weekend too.
Yeah, it was definitely that. I was playing food stamp bingo. Wick! I got it.
They making a rocket out of a dishwasher box like Nikki said.
That's funny.
That's
No, but going
fucked
back
up.
to everything getting canceled, Isaac was supposed to go to this really, really cool STEM program, like summer camp thing, where he was actually going to be spending the night, like for a whole week. He was going to be at a dorm somewhere here in LA. I forgot the school already, but one of the universities. And they were going to have astronauts be keynote speakers and like some really dope shit.
That's really cool.
And they canceled it because of this. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And then, so this program, you can only get invited if your teacher recommends you.
Oh.
So Isaac, it was like getting the Harry Potter letter in the mail. It was like, oh my god. And so now that we found out it's been canceled, we're like, oh man. Hopefully they
That's
just
a bummer.
reschedule it. But yeah.
They could have the astronauts talk to them via video conferencing, but what the fuck do I know? I'm just some asshole.
I mean, it could though.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think that's top priority right
That's not
now.
the experience.
Yeah, and it's not top priority. I don't think like.
What are astronauts gonna do right now? They're already in space and doing shit.
They're probably
They're in the
trying
safest
to,
place to be right
they're trying
now.
to populate Mars so that they don't have to be on this Earth anymore.
Man,
Oh, snaps.
if you could go to space to get away from this right now, would you go?
No.
They don't have like Google up there and like they don't have a bunch of like YouTube. They don't have YouTube.
Yeah, well, I guess they wouldn't have Wi-Fi, huh?
Yeah, they did. They upload
Oh, they do?
videos from up there. Yeah.
Oh, then hell yeah.
I think they have
Do they
it,
have
right?
Postmates?
Isn't going to the forest right now kind of like going to space? Like you don't really see anybody over there.
No, there's bears
But you
and
don't
shit.
float.
They have COVID.
No bears in space.
There's no life in
You don't
space.
float. There's no gravity in space.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about like the distancing and the sickness, infectious distance.
I get what you're saying. I got what you're saying. Yeah. But like there are animals in the forest,
exactly.
so you still have to deal with that. And then like.
What about like a really, 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 really tall tree house? How about that?
I would be
Yeah,
down for that. That'd be dope.
That's like,
That's exactly like space.
Probably-
Love is Blind. Did you guys watch Love is Blind? Or, they go live in a treehouse for like a day, and it's so dope. It's like the coolest treehouse.
I'm so clumsy, I would be afraid of killing myself, just like walking outside.
In a treehouse
Yeah.
or in space?
In normal life,
Yeah. Mainly the treehouse though.
Dude, imagine living on Mars though, and like you accidentally open a window.
You're like,
Damn it.
well, hopefully.
If I think Mars, I think about the first Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
At the end when they were outside and he was like, ah, and
Oh,
his,
yeah,
his
the
eyes
eyeballs
got, yeah, popping all out. Anytime I think Mars, that's automatically the image I go to is that first Total Recall.
the three titty
Yeah.
one? Oh,
yeah. Looking for a good time. And then the thing did it, I was like, that's a lot of coverage.
You know what I thought?
You only got 2 hands.
Is what I thought for the longest time because of media and movies and shit is that when you're in space, if an astronaut took off your helmet, you immediately freeze to death, like immediately, like instantly. But it's not the case. Like your body is already has its own warmth, and so you sort of just cool down over time and then freeze to death. But it's not like
No, but there's no oxygen.
no oxygen. Yes.
And you immediately suffocate.
Yeah, right. So but I thought you take off your and then you're frozen, like you're just like dead.
What else?
Guardians of the Galaxy?
There's no oxygen, so you suffocate. But if you're holding your breath, you're good, right?
No, because then there's also no gravity, so your whole face just starts melting and liquefying.
Yeah.
Liquefying.
Yeah, because your face is actually, and the fluids are made for gravity. So there's a way like your face sits.
That makes sense.
And
No, but that doesn't make sense because it would be like
It sucks all the
Even with your
liquid
helmet
out.
on.
Yeah. So there's no matter, there's no air, there's no particles, and there's no gravity. So like the gravity which keeps like this equilibrium between your skin and your membranes, it's not there anymore. So all the water's just going everywhere.
Nah.
no.
That's exactly how
It evaporates. It like sucked into your like.
Nah, bro. An astronaut can take his helmet off in space and his face does not liquefy.
Yeah, exactly.
starts to change.
I'm sure it can start to change, but not liquefy, bro.
It takes hours.
The water doesn't go
You
everywhere.
don't have to take your helmet off and its jelly comes out.
What happens to your skull? Like, how does your skull just like, you know what? I'm out.
Hours and hours of process.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they pressurize everything. and
Yeah,
stuff.
this
This is an airlock thing when they open the
yeah.
airlock shit and then like they just kind of like implode, right?
Yeah.
Your eyeballs start swelling. Like
According to Google, an astronaut without a suit will last about 15 seconds before losing consciousness from lack of oxygen. And that's all I read so far.
But you still can hold your breath. If you can hold your
15
breath.
seconds.
15 seconds.
Nah, fuck that. Tom Cruise can last longer than that. He taught himself to like hold his breath for like 4 minutes for that.
I think it was like 6 minutes.
Yeah, so he'll be good.
And if he held his head in place like this,
No, wait, ebulism? Yeah. Ebulism would result in the formation of bubbles in the moisture found in the eyes, mouth, and skin tissue. And they're saying that one NASA test subject survived a 1965 accident
Oh my god.
in which he was exposed to near vacuum conditions. He felt the saliva on his tongue begin to boil before he lost consciousness after 14 seconds.
Wait, begin to boil?
fuck that.
How hot is space? I thought space was cold. Why was it boiling?
Because physics is crazy.
It's so cold it gets hot.
And there's no ozone layer, so then the sun's heat
know, like
rays
freezer burn?
are really intense or whatever. You can get sunburn out there. I think. Yeah.
They're saying that cold wouldn't cause too much harm in just 15 seconds, even if that's because heat leaves the body very slowly in a vacuum. The more likely damage would be a space hickey caused from the swelling and burst of the skin's small blood vessels.
Space hickey?
Okay, now let's try.
Space, you're naughty.
Now let's try to guess how a microwave works.
What?